this is Nick from Breaker Press Games, and this is a Breaker Bulletin for November 24th, 2023. Alright, so for those that don't know, this is my bulletin that I post every month, giving you updates on everything going on with Breaker Press Games. So, the first thing that I want to say is that we have a very rare sale going on. I always start with suggesting ways that you can support Breaker Press Games. Well, here is a fantastic time to support Breaker Press Games. On the Breaker Press web store, everything is currently 20% off. Everything on the Breaker Press Drive-Thru RPG page and itch.io pages are both 20% off. Additionally, there are fantastic sales going on at Goodman Games, Noble Knight, and Exalted Funeral. At Goodman Games, you have to use the special promo code, but all of the third-party DCC products are all 20% off. You just need to use that code, but also use the other codes so that you can pick up dice and all the other things that are on sale at the Goodman Games web store. If you go to Noble Knight, things range in discount from, it looked like about 10 to 25% on Breaker Press stuff. They also have used items, so if you are looking to pick things up on the cheap, Noble Knight Games is an option for you. And then finally, Exalted Funeral, I was looking last night, and all of the Breaker Press stuff is all 30% off. So for me, it doesn't matter which of these options that you choose, because, you know, if you buy from Exalted or Goodman Games, yes, I don't make as much money up front, but that means that they're going to reorder more stuff. So who you shop with, it doesn't matter to me at the end. If you do want to throw as much money into my pocket as possible, which is very generous of you, then shop directly from the Breaker Press web store. So, all of that out of the way, let's talk about... Oh, and I should mention, because I'm talking about promoting Breaker Press Games, if you want to promote further, there's always the Patreon page. And on Patreon, you can become a Noble Stenderdite at $5 and above. You get something cool in the mail every month. And yeah, it is a fantastic way to support Breaker Press Games and the things that I am doing here. Okay, enough of that. Let's talk about stuff that is going on. All right. Okay, the Protectorate of Genulane. This is a huge deal. For those of you that are not aware, the Protectorate of Genulane has been the albatross around my neck for quite a long time. This adventure has been in the works for years. The Kickstarter was actually around 2 years ago. So the fact that this is finally almost done is just a huge weight lifted, and I am so excited to get this in everybody's hands. So, one of the things to note is that it is available for pre-order now on the Breaker Press web store, along with the Protectorate deck. Here we go, Protectorate deck. It's not something that you need. You can use normal playing cards to run the adventure, but these Protectorate cards have cool symbols that represent the different paths you can take on the Path of the Valorous. So that is a cool little addition that you can add on. So let's talk about the Protectorate of Genulane. What is it? So the Protectorate of Genulane is a sandbox setting. Tower Genulane, which rests on Retribution Hill, probably 6-10 miles away from Stennard. Far enough that their sphere of influence covers Stennard and Hastrel and Illis, all places that are mentioned in the various adventures around Stennard. And this adventure was designed as a duet. First and foremost, the idea is that it is ideally run as a sandbox setting. It can be for any number of PCs, but if you are running the Path of the Valorous, the adventure, it is designed primarily for a single PC and the judge. And so It is designed with a bunch of little quirky mechanics in order to make sure that there is a higher likelihood that the PC will be able to fail forward more and be able to survive longer. This is a fun design challenge by having monsters have stat drain instead of hit point drain and what have you, especially because you can run this with 0 level characters. But the inspiration for this, there's two things. One was The House of Red Doors by James Posnell Jr., a fantastic but highly lethal duet adventure, as well as right around the time that I got that adventure, my friend Shane Davis wanted to do like a leveling up montage. And so I wrote the first draft of this adventure. It was originally 7 pages, and I ran it for him, and it was a blast. And so it was a long time in development, but the finished product is almost here, and I am so proud of it, and I think you guys are all going to dig it. So, that being said, enough about the Protectorate of Genulane. Except for that, it will go to print either at the end of this coming week or the beginning of the following week. That's how close we are to getting this thing done and out. So, let's move on. What are we going to talk about next? We just talked about the Protectorate. Let's talk about Sorcerous Rites of the Elements. So, Sorcerous Rites of the Elements will also go into editing next weekend. I'm still refining the Elementalist class, but will be pre-released to patrons next week. So if you're a member of the Patreon, even as a free member on Patreon, you should be able to see the first drafts of the Elementalist class that will be released to the public, and you'll be able to comment. So if that's something that is enticing to you, please become a free member of the Patreon or become a paid member. Once again, a noble Stenardite gets something cool in the mail every month. So, that being said, what's going on after that? Well, hang on, pulling up the next thing. Let's talk about Tragedy at Woodwitch Rise. Here is a brand new piece of art from Ricardo Gaspar that just got turned in this weekend. It is of the, or I should say this week, because for Ricardo, it is not the weekend. We are going into the weekend, but this piece is for Tragedy at Woodwitch Rise and depicts gull wolves hunting along a riverbank. And so, yeah, this is things are moving along. Protector of Genulane and Sorcerous Rites of the Elements are both going to get released and shipped first. But Tragedy at Woodwitch Rise is going to be quickly behind. Things are moving along. Additionally, while talking about this, I should mention the Standard Courier Volume 2. Work is in progress there as well. I am going through and building out the NPCs, 1-2 page spread at a time, just like I did with Standard Courier Volume 1. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited. But yeah, all of the big progress in the last few weeks has been on mostly the Protectorate of Genulane and Sorcerous Rites of the Elements. So, what else do I need to talk about? There has been some other stuff in the background. I do want to talk about this. This is... so, I had reprinted The Precipice of Corruption in September, and I was very excited about it. I'm pretty sure I talked about it in the September video, but I still had a few copies of the second printing of Precipice, and was shipping those out, and then was about to ship the third printing, and I opened it up, and I noticed that this, where the staples are, is over here, and there's like a 1/8 inch shift. In fact, if you look closely at this page, oops, I will show you a different page. Yeah, here, we'll show you this page. This white border right here, it is supposed to bleed off the edge. And the entire print run of 150 copies, it was all like this. So a couple of days ago, if you went into the Digicopy dumpster, you could have got 150 copies of the Precipice of Corruption. But alas, I decided to I caught that before I shipped any out and decided to have them reprint it. And so we did a another test printing. Everything looks good. I'm happy with the results. It has been approved, and it has been modified to actually say 150 copies November. Oops. Oh my God. November 2023 instead of September 23 like the other one did. So little change there. But these things happen, but it is a very frustrating part of the whole process of being a self-publisher and running your own business. So, but that is exciting because those are being done right now and will be ready to ship with Protectorate and as part of the sale, all that good stuff. You will also notice that the price of Precipice of Corruption went up from $15 to $20, and that's because in the time since the previous printing, there was the pandemic and the pricing of paper and all that went up. So there needed to be an increase in the price of the book. So you will also notice that between the Protectorate of Genulane and when it was on Kickstarter and this printing, that the actual printing, the cover price was $15 in the Kickstarter and will be $20 when it goes to retail. But thankfully, we've got the 20% off sale. So that is great. The other thing that is going on that is not on my script is that Rabid Dogs is also going into a third printing. And I went through, or I'm currently going through with a fine-tooth comb, fixing some little issues. This will be a return to a little bit of color on the cover. So that is exciting. But yeah, that will be also going to print next week. So lots of stuff going on here at Breaker Press, and I haven't even revealed some of the stuff going on behind the scenes. But we will talk about that more soon. Other than, I do want to mention Rabid Dogs Volume 2 is going to be coming real soon. So hopefully you are excited for that. That is going to have the Bruiser class, the Bruiser class, the Elementalist, possibly a Goat class. It is going to have a bunch of equipment and things, and there are some notifications on my computer. All of the equipment that has been referenced in the Standard Courier Volume 1, as well as all of the class guides. There's a bunch of stuff that doesn't have full descriptions, stuff that was not part of the DCC rulebook. And so I'm going to flesh that stuff out. And so all that stuff is all very exciting. I think the Rabid Dogs Volume 2, and then, of course, Rabid Dogs Volume 2 is going to have encumbrance rules and a bunch of other stuff. So to go along with all of this equipment. So I think that is all very exciting. I hope you are excited, too. And, yeah, that's a lot. That's a mouthful. Thank you all for supporting indie games and indie game designers. I hope you all, if you're in the U.S., that you have a fantastic holiday weekend, and if you are elsewhere, I hope you are having a beautiful end to your November. And more videos coming soon. All right, check this video out over here.